Okay, hi. Actually, let me turn off my space heater. I'm not editing this video, and I'm not trying to be melodramatic or I don't know what labels people are gonna try to put on me, because I've made videos like this before, and I've only ever posted like 2, I think, maybe 3, and eventually I took them down because at the time I was younger and people at my school had found out about my videos or my YouTube channel, and they made such a big thing out of talking about race. Because for some reason, someone that's white can talk about it, and they're liberating, and they are doing what needs to be done, and a million other things, but someone that's black is griping and being melodramatic and being just, I don't have the words, and I'm gonna do my best not to cry. I'm gonna post this video today, so that way whatever events have unfolded, everything that I'm saying will be pretty much real time. If you're American, which I know I have a lot of Russian subscribers, but I don't know how far the news will reach. I don't think it's international yet. I think it's just national. If you're anyone that keeps up with American news or social media, you would know the tragedy that took place earlier this week with George Floyd being killed by the police officer in Minnesota. And I'm gonna do my best to streamline what I'm saying, because you don't even know, none of you know how many times I've wanted to make a video regarding race. I've made videos and then I delete them, and a million other things, because of a sense of fear, I guess, because I know that people get uncomfortable talking about race. But if you feel uncomfortable, ask yourself why you feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to apologize, because I shouldn't have to. Race is something that in this country, I don't have the words. People, that's one of the things, like, people are always like, oh, why do you want to move to Europe? And in my video, in my Russian videos, if you're only speaking English, you probably wouldn't have known. I really briefly touched on some of the reasons why I wanted to move to Europe. I didn't actually say anything. I just said America wasn't for me. I said that in Russian. I put some images on the screen, and it was a picture of Trump, police brutality, and then some other stuff. And this is one of the reasons why. I happen to live in a very nice area. I recognize my privilege all the time. When I moved here, I was 7, so I didn't know any better, and even then I lived in a gated neighborhood my entire life that I could remember. I've always had a degree of privilege that some of my family members haven't had, that a lot of people in the black community and the black race don't have. And I'm not sitting here saying that what I experience, even though I am black, is going to be the same as someone that lives in a different area than me, because it's not. A lot of white people, and I'm making generalizations, and if you're gonna get hung up on that, then maybe exit this video, because I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick everything that I'm saying. But a lot of white people try to use the term of classism to say, oh no, it's not that black people are being killed because they're black, it's because they're black in poor neighborhoods. I've had interactions with the police. I've gotten pulled over once within my own car, and I've gotten pulled over, or I wasn't technically the one that got pulled over, but I was in the car with my white friend. Her reaction to getting pulled over was very different than mine. And our offenses were the exact same offense. She didn't get a ticket and I did. When I got pulled over and I was in my car by myself, I immediately pulled out my camera, because I don't know what's gonna happen. You think because I live in a gated neighborhood with a waterfall in the front, and I live in one of the richest counties in the state, if not the whole country, would give me a sort of semblance of peace. But it doesn't, because at the end of the day, my name could be just as easily be one of the ones in the statistics or in the news or a headline, and it may not be the same level of danger. It definitely is not the same level of danger as certain cities and neighborhoods, and I'm not saying that it isn't. But I'm black at the end of the day. And when a police officer sees me, that's the first thing that they see. is that I'm black. They don't ask me how old I am. They've seen that I'm female, which obviously we know that females have a lot less of the statistics and the percentages are not as bad for females, but it still happens. They don't see the fact that I speak 6 languages. They don't see the fact that I have worked my butt off to make the amount of money that I am making and to be in a position to even go to Europe. They don't see the fact that I'm a national laureate, scholar. I've been in national news. I'm on websites. They don't see the fact that I started a company at 10 years old. They don't see the fact that I tried out for what's it called, MasterChef Junior. They don't see any of that. They see someone black. And immediately the level of suspicion that I receive is not going to be the same level of suspicion that someone that's white or that's not a person of color is going to receive. George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, if I'm saying his name right, I think I am. Christopher Cooper, who luckily is still alive, and a million other names. Those are just the most recent. There was no reason for them to die at all. Sorry, not Christopher Cooper, he didn't die, but what happened to him was completely unnecessary. The biggest offense that they committed was being black in a nation that has historically killed us. There's a quote from, I don't know if it's specifically in the Hate U Give book or if it's just from the movie. I think it's in both, but regardless, I saw it in the movie and I'm pretty much paraphrasing, but it's pretty similar. And it says that we can't, us as black people, can't ever be unarmed because our skin color is seen as a weapon. And I don't know anything that's more true. I don't understand why, how many more people need to die? How many more black people, men, women, whoever, children, have to die before people wake up? They're not just names or a number or, you know, they're people and they have families and friends and they're part of their communities respectively and all these other things. And their lives matter. Not just matter, they matter current, present tense. They shouldn't have to be names that go down in a history book 5 years from now. The Black Lives Matter movement shouldn't have to be something kids just learn about in history. It should be something that has changed the nation, and it hasn't yet. And people are trying. I know people are trying. But the government, whether it be state, local, federal, it's so systematic and institutionalized. Police, I don't respect the police. I've said that so many times. I don't know if I've said that on this channel. My uncle is a former police officer. He's retired. He's black. Okay? Individual police officers are one thing. The police as a whole, I do not respect them. And the people that are saying, oh, it's just because it's getting more media attention, you don't, like, listen to yourself. If you live in America, even if you don't, we know the history that this country has. Slavery was legal less than 200 years ago, okay? Jim Crow, the new Jim Crow, which if you haven't read that book, if you haven't heard about it, please go look it up. It is not gone. It's just changed names. It might not be legal. Lynchings and killings and murder because of someone's skin color. Dylan Roof murdered 9 innocent black people in a church. And the police kindly, sorry, I can't, what's it called? I'm gonna say export, that's not what they, removed him, I can't remember the word, from the area when they arrested him. And they got him Burger King afterwards. Just killed 9 people. He was handled with a lot of care. I would go on the edge of saying grace. George Floyd was killed and arrested because of a forgery. He got his neck crushed by a white police officer who wasn't even doing standard policing. I'm having a hard time with words. The tactic that he used, the putting the knee on this man's neck, is not something that they are taught. Okay, when you're learning how to police, I don't care what district, what state you go to, that is never something that you're going to be taught. And I'm not even sure that it's legal. Ahmaud Avery, or Aubrey, I get the two confused, sorry, was running through a neighborhood, and we all know now that's all that he did, running through a neighborhood, and two white men hunted him down and killed him. And it took how long for them to get arrested? I'm really tired of seeing these headlines, and I think I touched on it. I didn't even fully go into it. I have people that are my age that are coming to me because I post on my social media a lot. If you follow me, I mean, I don't even care if you follow me. I don't have an open page. I guess you wouldn't see it regardless, but if you don't follow me, I'll link my Instagram if you guys want to see, and that's not me trying to get followers. That's literally just if you want to know what I'm talking about. Sorry, my dog is freaking out. He's crazy. But I had 2 different people DM me after some things that I put on my story, and those things will be in my highlights if you follow me. And they came out, and one or both of them said something to the degree of, it's just getting more media attention because they're black, or the media just focuses on black people more because they want to get ratings. I also had them say that there's no such thing as white privilege, which white privilege clearly played a factor into this, but if you can't see that, then that's a bigger issue. And I can make a whole separate video. I can make videos that are hours long, but I told one of them that yes, the media pays attention to this stuff. And yes, there's obviously going to be bias depending on whatever news organization you're watching, whether that's CNN, Fox, BBC, or not BBC, I guess in this case, BuzzFeed. There's always going to be bias. I don't care. There are, no matter what, there's going to be bias. But the reporting facts at the end of the day, when it comes to this type of stuff, someone's dead. No one's going to be able to change that fact. They're dead. Okay, so there's no bias in that. The way that they died was videotaped, so there's no bias in that. Now, how you feel about it is one thing, but those facts are not going to change. So I told him, one of the guys, people who DM me was a guy, I said, the media pays attention to it because for centuries in this country, black people were killed and it was not important. It was an everyday occurrence. It was an everyday thing. People walked by, they didn't care. It wasn't important. It wasn't worth putting on television or reporting on the radio. Lynchings were common. Police brutally murdered children, okay, kids, people that were under 18 because they were black. And this was common. And this was before CNN and before all these news outlets. And back when, radios and photographs were the most that you were going to get for the most part. And even then, I just, the ignorance in that statement, you don't see it the other way around. You don't see black police officers killing white men because it's not happening. I'm not saying it's never happened. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, more than once or twice a year, but it's nowhere near the same proportion that white police officers kill black men, black people. I don't understand how someone can even say that. have a plan making this video. I really didn't. I'm gonna make a part 2 once I'm more composed and I feel like I'm in a better headspace. But this video is because, for one, it's something that needs to be talked about. Silence is a luxury. If you're not talking about it, you're part of the problem. But at the same time, I've had people DM me, as well as comment on my videos saying, when's the next video coming out? I'm dealing with some stuff personally outside of this. I have AP testing going on. I have an AP test next week, my Russian AP test. Some different stuff. I just got a new job and that's putting some stress on me. So posting on YouTube, as much as I'm trying to get consistent, is not my top priority. But this video, this is important, and I don't have the words. I've said that a couple times. I don't have anything more right now because I'm trying my best not to cry and not to cross the line that I know I can't come back from. But this is America. So that is going to be it. I think I said, I literally can't remember half the stuff I've said now. I'm not editing this video. I'm not posting this video for subscribers or likes. I could care less if anyone likes this video. I'm posting it because it matters and because it's something that no matter what is going to affect me. I'm Black, okay? And so the way that it affects me is not the same way that it affects other people. Because again, it could be me, it could be my brother, it could be my dad, it could be my uncle, it could be any one of us just because of our skin color. And I'm not going to ignore that. So that is it. I don't know when I'm going to post again. I have videos that are completely done and being edited. I've done them for them, but I need to take some time to fully digest everything and to get myself in a good headspace again. And I don't want to just post something in the wake of tragedy. So that's where I'm going to leave it.